Welcome to Learn English with History. Today's journey takes us through the rich and fascinating history of Finland. From ancient beginnings to a modern nation, Finland's story is one of resilience and innovation. Let's dive into the history of this remarkable country. Finland is a country in Northern Europe. It has a rich history that spans thousands of years. The story of Finland begins around 9000 BCE. At the end of the last ice age, the first people arrived. These early inhabitants were hunter-gatherers. They lived off the land. They hunted animals and fished in the lakes and rivers. They also gathered plants for food. Around 5000 BCE, these early Finns started to make pottery. This period is known as the Neolithic era. People began to settle in one place for longer periods. They built more permanent homes. They also started to farm. They grew crops and raised animals. This was a significant change in their way of life. The Bronze Age in Finland began around 1500 BCE. People started to use bronze to make tools and weapons. Bronze is a metal made from copper and tin. This was a major advancement. Trade networks were established. Finland began to interact more with neighboring regions. The use of metal tools improved farming and hunting. This made life easier for the people. The Iron Age followed the Bronze Age, starting around 500 BCE. Iron tools and weapons were stronger and more durable than those made of bronze. Different cultures and tribes began to rise in Finland. These tribes often lived in fortified settlements. They built large burial mounds for their dead. The Sami people, who are indigenous to the northern parts of Finland, also have a rich history dating back to this time. By the early Middle Ages, Finland was influenced by its neighbors, particularly Sweden and Russia. Christianity began to spread in Finland around the 11th century. Swedish missionaries played a significant role in converting the Finns to Christianity. This religious shift brought significant changes. Churches were built, and the first bishoprics were established. In the 12th and 13th centuries, Sweden began to expand its influence over Finland. This period is known as the Swedish Crusades. The Swedish crown aimed to bring Finland fully under its control, and to spread Christianity. By the end of the 13th century, Finland had become part of the Kingdom of Sweden. This union lasted for over 600 years. During the Swedish rule, Finland saw many developments. Towns were founded and trade increased. A system of laws and administration was established. The Swedish language and culture had a strong influence on Finland. Many Finns adopted Swedish customs and language. The majority of the population, however, remained Finnish-speaking. The 16th century was a time of religious change in Finland. The Protestant Reformation reached Finland, and Lutheranism became the dominant faith. The Bible was translated into Finnish by Mikael Agricola. He is often called the father of the Finnish written language. His work helped to standardize the Finnish language and make it more widely used. The 17th century brought further changes. Finland was affected by wars between Sweden and its neighbors, particularly Russia. The Great Northern War, 1700 to 1721, had a significant impact on Finland. During this war, Russia occupied Finland for several years. This period is known as the Great Wrath. Many Finns suffered during the occupation. After the war, Finland remained under Swedish control, but the influence of Russia continued to grow. In 1808, a major change occurred. Russia and Sweden went to war again. This war is known as the Finnish War. In 1809, Sweden was defeated, and Finland became part of the Russian Empire. Finland was granted a large degree of autonomy. It became a Grand Duchy, with its own government and laws. The capital was moved from Turku to Helsinki in 1812. Under Russian rule, Finland experienced significant developments. The economy grew, and new industries were established. Railways and roads were built, improving transportation. Education and culture also flourished. The Finnish language gained more recognition. In 1863, Finnish was given equal status with Swedish in official matters. The late 19th century was a time of growing nationalism in Finland. Many Finns wanted greater independence from Russia. Cultural and political movements emerged. The Finnish national epic, the Kalevala, was published in 1835 by Elias Lönnrot. This epic played a key role in promoting Finnish identity and culture. At the turn of the 20th century, tensions between Finland and Russia increased. In 1899, the Russian Emperor Nicholas II issued the February Manifesto. This manifesto limited Finnish autonomy and increased Russian control. Many Finns opposed these measures. Resistance grew, leading to a strong independence movement. The early 20th century was a turbulent time for Finland. In 1917, the Russian Revolution took place. This revolution ended the rule of the Russian Tsar and led to the establishment of a communist government. Taking advantage of the chaos in Russia, Finland declared its independence on December 6, 1917. After declaring independence, Finland faced internal conflicts. In 1918, a civil war broke out between the Red Guards, who were mostly working class and supported socialism, and the White Guards, who were mostly middle and upper class and supported a more conservative government. The White Guards, led by General Mannerheim, eventually won the war. The Civil War was a tragic event, causing deep divisions in Finnish society. Following the Civil War, Finland established itself as a republic. The country focused on rebuilding and development. The 1920s and 1930s were a period of economic growth and political stabilization. Finland maintained a policy of neutrality in international affairs. However, the shadow of its powerful neighbors, particularly the Soviet Union, loomed large. In 1939, World War II broke out. Finland was drawn into the conflict. In November 1939, the Soviet Union invaded Finland. This conflict is known as the Winter War. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Finnish forces put up a strong resistance. The war ended in March 1940 with the Moscow Peace Treaty. Finland had to cede some of its territory to the Soviet Union, but retained its independence. In 1941, Finland entered World War II again. This time, it fought alongside Germany against the Soviet Union in what is known as the Continuation War. The goal was to regain the lost territories. The war ended in 1944 with the signing of an armistice. Finland had to cede more territory, and pay reparations to the Soviet Union. The post-war period was challenging, but Finland managed to rebuild and recover. After World War II, Finland pursued a policy of neutrality and sought to maintain good relations with both the West and the Soviet Union. The country focused on economic development and modernization. The 1950s and 1960s were a time of rapid industrialization and urbanization. Education and healthcare improved, and the standard of living rose. In 1955, Finland joined the United Nations. This marked an important step in its international relations. Finland also became a member of the Nordic Council, strengthening its ties with other Nordic countries. The policy of neutrality allowed Finland to maintain its independence and avoid being drawn into the Cold War tensions between the East and West. The 1970s and 1980s were a period of economic growth and social development in Finland. The country invested in education, technology, and infrastructure. Finnish companies like Nokia became global leaders in their industries. Finland also made significant progress in social equality and welfare. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. This event had a major impact on Finland. The country lost a significant trading partner, but also gained more freedom in its foreign policy. In 1995, Finland joined the European Union. This move marked a new era in its history, integrating more closely with Western Europe. The 21st century has brought new challenges and opportunities for Finland. The country has continued to innovate and grow. It is known for its high quality of life, excellent education system, and strong emphasis on technology and sustainability. Finland has also been an active participant in international organizations, promoting peace and cooperation. Today, Finland is a modern, prosperous, and democratic country. It has a rich cultural heritage and a strong sense of national identity. The people of Finland are proud of their history and their achievements. They continue to look forward to a bright future, building on the foundations laid by generations past. The history of Finland is truly remarkable. From ancient hunter-gatherers to a modern, innovative nation, Finland has a rich heritage and a bright future. The resilience and determination of the Finnish people have shaped this beautiful country over thousands of years. Today, Finland is known for its high quality of life, strong education system, and technological advancements. If you enjoyed learning about the history of Finland and want to explore more fascinating stories from around the world, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, Learn English with History. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll continue to improve your English while discovering the amazing events and people that have shaped our world. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.